fairy self, emoji self, dream self, bun self, strob self, pudding gender, teddy bear gender, cake gender, orange juice self. Cat gender is a xenogender. If they identify as cat gender, literally one of the hashtags, cat gender. Like bunny gender, my gender may hop from one to another. Pix, pixie, the vamp, and star ones. You guys are insane.
Use my neopronouns. Use them! My gender is very connected to deities like gods and demons.
We literally live in a capitalist hellhole. My gender feels like a star. Okay, valid.
Hey guys, it's Misha and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at xenopronouns, and every time we make a video like this, I really do feel like we take a step further away from sanity. For example, someone can identify as a woman on Monday, a man on Tuesday, and they never have to put in any effort into presenting as one or the other, right? We just have to accept that if they declare that they are trans or non-binary people. They are neither gender or they are both genders, and now we can't use she or he, we use ze or them because it's all about respect and we can't question anything. Now forget about using pronouns at all because they are using nouns, so noun self. So today we're taking a look at some xenopronoun users, and who knows, maybe you'll find a gender that resonates with you and could even have an opportunity to come out and then get a cookie. But before we get into this, guys, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Okay, so let's read the definition. Xenogender is a non-binary gender identity and umbrella term in which one's gender is not connected to the binary or non-binary spectrum and is instead crafted with other methods of gender categorization. This may include genders that are related to animals, plants, or other things that are not traditionally a gender. What do they think that gender is? Your gender cannot be an animal. Your gender cannot be a plant because animals are animals, plants are plants. A gender is a gender. Here's the flag that they use. It's, I guess, the rainbow flag with a star. Xenogender, coined in 2014 by Tumblr user Baphomet. Oh, another definition includes creatures and things. Because a gender binary society doesn't give much in the way of roles or descriptions for non-binary genders, some transgender non-binary people address the challenge of describing their unusual gender identities by creative methods, referring to concepts that aren't usually seen as related to gender. Well, because they're not genders. There's a reason for that. It's not because you've unlocked some mystery and all this time people have been a plant gender or animal gender and we just didn't know about it. No. Okay, so let's hear from the actual xenopronoun users and see if we can get a better understanding of what this really is. How to use xenopronouns: star self, she went to the store, now it should be star went to the store. Great. You're valid. Me when I go to school, he, it, bun, night, and I guess those are all the flags? No, they had to hide their identity of he, it, bun, night, and now it's just he, him. This is so sad. And then the hashtags are baby buncore, xenopronouns, okay, an anime character for a profile. Xenopronoun users after calling you transphobic because you won't call someone kitten self, frog self, piss self. Yeah. Rating my xenopronouns. We got ghost, ghost self, ink, ink self. It's always awesome when someone uses my pronouns. Girl.
Pronoun.
Oh, not Jeffrey. Just creeps me out at this point because of his situation with asking kids to talk with him privately on Patreon.
If you were going to talk about me, you would say, Jeffrey is an amazing author. They are really attractive. If my pronoun was Z, you would say Jeffrey is a brilliant thinker. Z is one of the most attractive people I've ever seen. Xenopronouns. That is unspeakable.
What?
That is unworkable in the language of a person. They're unsayable, and thank you for your willingness to honor us.
There's a great solution if they're unspeakable and you can't describe it and whatever. Just don't use it.
Okay, pronouns. You better work those pronouns.
Look at the comments. Xenopronouns sound badass as Pix, Pixie, the Vamp, and Star ones. You guys are insane. You guys need to get help. What is going on? Again with the anime profiles. They all either have anime characters as profiles or some cartoon. And I know, listen, a lot of adults watch cartoons, a lot of adults watch anime. I'm not hating on that. but there's something going on here. Godself, you can't tell me that isn't iconic. For real, you cannot tell me the main Xenos, Axe, Void, Pixel, Trick aren't amazing. Okay. If you want to be delusional, if you want to play pretend with other Xenopronoun users, like you guys are 5 years old, go for it. Go for it. Until you start accusing people of being transphobic bigots if they don't want to use Axe, Void, Pixel, Trick, Godself, Doll, Self. I use xenogenders. Do you accept me? Oh, gross. I can't. Is this for real? Look, there's a little like kitten on the flag on the shirt. Okay. Vent. I just want to use Xenos and be comfy in my body. I wish I was born the true me. My friend doesn't accept me. I'm so sorry. But what do you mean? You were born in the wrong body, so they're trans. If they identify as cat gender, literally one of the hashtags, cat gender. We can say, oh, but it's just kids, right? Well, this whole thing is saying that you're born in the wrong body. What's the next step? What do we see a lot of these people specifically do? Go on hormones. Because they have a xenogender? Because they're a cat? Like, you're born in the wrong body. What's the true you? It's not just fun, let's play pretend. It's let me mutilate my body. That's what all of this is promoting. You are valid. Have a nice day. I support you. It's okay. Use xenogenders if it makes you comfy. I hope your friend accepts you one day. Okay, I want you to play this game with me. Every time you see an anime character profile, make a note of that. And then we can count it at the end, or you can count it at the end. I'm seeing a pattern here.
Anime is for children and perverts. I have something better for you. Getting a job, getting a girlfriend, moving out of your parents' house. Maybe instead of watching Japanese Schoolgirl Toilet Adventure Volume 150, we can watch you become a grown man.
No hate to anime lovers. I used to watch a lot of anime when I was younger, but there is some sort of connection here. You're very valid. I'm gender fluid and use xenogenders to express myself like bunny gender. My gender may hop from one to another in an instant. Y'all just need to learn how to use xenopronouns. Void, self. Void bought a pet. I was with Void. Shadow has a pet. I see Shadow every day. Space, self. Mocking these are not okay because people use them to express themselves. Neopronouns are not chronically online. They were actually used hundreds of years ago in the ancient Egypt. Gods would use them to refer to themselves as God, Godself. Listen, I don't care if a freaking caveman used to use kitten self. I'm sure delusional people have always existed, but that doesn't make it valid. Wait, soda pop is an alter of mine and coming from the host. Oh my gosh, mine now. Okay, so they like add little like neopronouns or xenopronouns every time they find one that they think is cute. Soda pop, for example, and they're saying it's an alter. So they also have multiple personalities in their head. DID, which is totally not a social contagion at all. No, there's always been this many xenogender people and also people with DID. It's just that now we're super accepting of window self, and that's why they are now speaking about it. They've always been around. Grown, overgrown self, soda pop, sun-kissed self, Fanta self, pep self, can self, checker self, control self, track self, tap self, spirit self, rotten self, hazard self, coke self, tooth self, end self, ick self, berry self, emoji self, dream self, bun self, strob self. For all to use. Is this like a keeper of the xenopronouns giving you permission? You can now use these. But no, this is all valid, guys. It's just outside the human binary of gender. We just don't get it because we don't use the xenopronouns.
Two things. One.
I can already tell they're gonna defend this.
If you use flower self, that's adorable. Please talk to me. I want to be your friend. Two, drop cool Xenos in the comments because I'm looking for a new set.
I just felt like the worst cringe just now. Like I got that on camera. That was, and it wasn't even that bad. Like I've seen a bunch of cringy videos, but for some reason that really got me. That was really difficult to watch. Moving on.
I don't know. I guess I'm not woke. Okay, fine. You win with your gay stuff. That's what you want, right? To win.
Yeah, let's talk about this. I really wish all the people under this audio would just stop because all you're doing is being hateful and dividing the community even more.
Or maybe we're just questioning something that makes no sense.
I have seen someone use bug before. Other xenopronouns I've seen are bat self, and star self. It's not that confusing to me, but that's because I actually put in effort and stuff like this interests me.
And I'm not putting in the effort? I've just watched so many TikToks trying to understand this. I looked it up. I read the definition. I read multiple definitions. It doesn't make sense. It's not hateful to say that.
You should still respect people.
It doesn't mean I'm not going to respect people if I refuse to call them bug self. It just means I'm not going along with that ideology that you can be a bug. I'm still going to respect you as a human being, but I'm not going to use those pronouns because they don't make any sense.
If using someone's xenopronouns makes you uncomfortable, you think it's weird, you don't like it, just don't refer to them. Xenopronouns are commonly used by neurodivergent autistic people.
Not this again. Okay, let's settle this once and for all about the neurodivergent autism thing. Okay, never mind. We cannot settle this once and for all because apparently there is still a lot more research that has to be done. But so far there are some studies which show that there is some kind of link between non-binary and neopronoun users and autism. So here's one article. It says study finds higher rates of gender diversity among autistic individuals. Researchers found that transgender and gender diverse individuals were 3 to 6% more likely to be diagnosed with autism, with scores higher in areas of sensory sensitivity and autistic traits and lower in empathetic traits. Another one, largest study to date confirms overlap between autism and gender diversity. Another one, transgender non-binary people are up to 6 times more likely to have autism. Okay, but we don't know exactly why this is. But I will say that I have had a lot of people saying they're on the spectrum write to me and tell me that this is ridiculous and that a lot of these people who claim to be neurodivergent, especially autistic because that seems to be a popular one, and who also use neopronouns or xenopronouns are almost always saying that they are self-diagnosed and just say they are neurodivergent to justify the use of xenopronouns, because these people are so chronically online that of course they're going to start faking mental disorders. Autism especially is a very popular one to fake, and then also DID, we already saw that. Fun fact, you can't have a say on neos if you're not autistic. Cat gender is a xenogender, in which someone feels an extremely strong connection to cats or other felines, either strongly identifying with them or simply wanting to incorporate them into their gender to better understand their identity. This gender can be described as playful, cute, and aloof. I have 2 cats. I love cats, so I guess I'm cat gender. Do you like cats? You're cat gender. Do you like dogs? Your dog gender. Has Big Pharma released anything yet that I can take? Not hormones, but something to turn me into a cat? Is that available yet?
People that hate on neopronouns are literally so annoying, I'm sorry.
I will not use kitten/kitten self on someone. I will not call you kitten.
Yeah, I won't.
Like, who the is literally like, are these people just like holding a gun against your head, being like, if you do not call me kitten pronouns, I will literally kill you right now? Like, no, that's not happening. Shut up. Literally, like,
no, but they're calling you a bigot.
It is another day that I am on TikTok, and today I saw 6 accounts. I saw 6 accounts on TikTok that use neopronouns. One of them had frog self. The queers have gone too far. LGBT community has gone too far. The liberal in me leaving whenever I see neopronouns.
I promise you it's not that deep.
No, not a Death Note sweatshirt. I love Death Note. What is happening? What is happening? Okay, I hope this person gets help. I don't know what that was. Yellow xenopronouns and flags. Honeycomb self. Cheese self. Orange juice self. Pie self. They should add piss self, as we saw before.
Now, why do people use these pronouns? Well, it's simple. Everyone views gender differently. When I say masculinity, what comes to mind? Some picture big muscles or the smell of oil. Other picture clothes or hair length. The point is, everyone thinks of something different.
Now, we can all present in different ways. We can have different hairstyles, different outfits, but we are either a man or a woman. The kitten self, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
These pronouns are typically used by those who are neurodivergent. And this is because they already view things differently than someone who's neurotypical.
They are lumping together all the neurodivergent people. Actually, not all neurodivergent people or those with ADHD, autism seems to be the popular ones here, think that they're a cat or want to go by kitten self. This is a specific group of people who are narcissistic because they think they can dictate other people's language. and delusional and very childlike.
Our world is ever changing and our old concepts no longer apply. The system only works as long as everyone agrees upon it. And if even one person diverges, that whole system falls apart.
What are you talking about? We can have all these people thinking that gender's not real, or that there aren't just men and women, there are also void selves and space self, whatever. Doesn't change the fact that there's a man and a woman. Not everyone has to agree because of course there are delusional people out there. That doesn't change reality though. And I'm sure that hardly any of these people have jobs, but what if you're in a professional setting? What if you're at work and they say, "Hi, I'm bug self"? What then? Don't refer to them? You have to avoid them because you're afraid that they're gonna label you transphobic?
Who's gonna tell all the sissies that we're used to getting misgendered?
Sissies?
Do you know what the T-slur is? The roles are reversed. Transphobia is a thing. The kind of argument is you wouldn't be calling her sissy if the roles are reversed? They literally are!
So let's say that the term sissies is cisphobic. So you want to fight transphobia with cisphobia. Is that the logic here?
I think we should just let people express how they feel. We literally live in a capitalist hellhole. If somebody doesn't have the correct words to express how their gender identity feels, and the best way they can describe that is, it feels like a star, my gender feels like a star, okay, valid, sure.
How typical of the woke Gen Z TikTokers to blame everything on capitalism while she's filming this with an iPhone for TikTok, saying how evil capitalism is and is the root cause of all her problems, including the fact that you're not born as a star because you're actually star gender.
Thank you. And extra, thank you for asking about my neopronouns. Please,
I can't.
Please use my neopronouns. I cannot beg enough. Please use them. But anyways, this is how you conjugate them. So it's nothing special. I got these pronouns off of that pronoun suggestion master list on Tumblr. It was under royal and divinity because if you didn't know, my gender is very connected to deities like gods and demons and angels and things like that. That's literally what the pronoun stands for. De is short for deity. Also, that
more narcissism. Literally, your gender is connected to deities.
Also, if you didn't know, I created my own xenogender. You can look it up, but just by typing in divine gender card into Google, it should be the top hit. So check that out. That was like a 3-day passion project I worked on tirelessly. An outside perspective would be super nice.
Here's your outside perspective. Ready? Next time, spend those 3 days doing something productive instead of researching how you're actually a god because your gender is Godself. Also, get help for that narcissism that you're obviously struggling with and make your passion project helping others instead of yourself. I don't know, start a food drive or something, help those in need. And I'm sure you'll find peace and happiness by focusing on something other than yourself for once.
And if they want to express it in an aesthetically pleasing way, because gender can be whatever the f you want, because we literally constructed it ourselves, being like trees and teeth and cryptids, gender.
Because liking trees has nothing to do with your biology. It could be part of your personality. Oh, I love nature. That doesn't mean you're tree gender. Anyone who's against neopronouns and xenopronouns has fallen for a fabricated and false moral panic on something they know nothing about. I know more about this than I would like to, and it makes no sense. Also, neopronouns have been around since 1789, I believe so. True. You know what else has been around since 1789? Schizophrenia. People with all sorts of different delusions. Does that mean we should now say anyone who thinks they are Mother Teresa, they are now Mother Teresa because they have a delusion that they are? Not supporting Xenos or Neos makes you transphobic, ableist, and just stupid. Do people want to see my full list of Neos, Xenos next vid? Leonic. Leonic is a masculine and or male-leaning gender that is related to warrior kings. It feels bold, confident, and commanding with a sense of leadership. Think of a king leading his troops into battle and to victory. So if you feel masculine, if you feel bold, confident, commanding, whatever, you're Leonic gender. pudding gender, teddy bear gender, cake gender. Right, so let's just forget about grammar because a small group of delusional and narcissistic people, they're so entitled that they can make you change the entire language just to make them happy. And that's all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you found a xenopronoun that really resonated with you, please comment it below. Also remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss my next video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.